still some of this smudge on my lens. I didn't even notice it was as bad as it was, so I started trying to record. Because of course, then's the time you notice. Don't notice any time before that. Oh, heavens forbid. Okay, is it clean now? No, I think it's actually smudge from my cleaning attempts. Sadly, Nethergard is now destroyed as of WoD, so that's a shame. And it's questionable if that will ever get rebuilt. I kind of dislike the changes they made in like Kata and WoD. It's just still, I suppose it's nice to see progress of the places, but at the same time it's just like, maybe it's the fact you can't go back to it. And or it's just the cozy stuff is gone, you know? Maybe that's all it is.
I need to get closer.
I want to show you something. Here it is. Here is a Draenei, or as you know him now, as a Broken. But he is a Draenei, as of Warcraft 3 and Vanilla WoW. He is a Draenei. His status as a Broken was a retcon in Burning Crusade, where they introduced Draenei as the uncorrupted Eridar, as what Eridar used to be. They made a slight retcon with the Burning Legion. With Sargeras was a great champion of the Titans, fighting the demons, fighting the demons, fighting the demons. But as the fighting against the demons wore on, corruption set in, uncertainty set in. And he, in the original war, he fought a terrible race called the Eridar, and they were a big part of him falling and becoming corrupt. But in the retcon war, he corrupted them. He only met them after his corruption and offered them power in exchange for servitude. And 1/3 of the, well, there was a triumvirate that led their planet, Prophet Velen being one of that three, Archimonde and Kil'jaeden being the other two. Velen refused the deal and fled with his people. The other two fell in line with the Sargeras and chased after Velen to kill him and his people. The ones that sided with Sargeras became Eridar. The ones that sided with Sargeras became Eridar, and the ones that stayed with Velen stayed as Draenei. But in Warcraft 3 lore, there was none of this. There was Draenei that lived in Outland, and they were just another alien race that lived on the planet, and they looked like this. In Burning Crusade, the Draenei here will be referred to as Broken. They were like a degraded form of the Draenei that happens when they're afflicted by foul magics. And if they get afflicted further, they become lost ones that lose, like, Broken are still just as intelligent as normal Draenei, but they may be cut off from the light, or they may have various afflictions, but they aren't necessarily dimmer. Lost ones have lost much of their higher reasoning. They're belligerent and hostile, and they're terrible dinner guests, let's put it that way. We'll not have them over again. But, fucking mana burn. Makes me wish I was a warrior. Rough. So yeah, basically, in Warcraft 3 and Vanilla WoW, what we have here is a Draenei. But in Burning Crusade, Draenei are reckoned to the Draenei we know now, and to the uncorrupted state of the Eredar. And they changed around the whole Sargeras corruption thing to being he corrupted the Draenei into Eredar, versus the Eredar being corruptors and one of his corruptors. And with that switch around, they made the Draenei you meet in Warcraft 3 and the Draenei here into a subcategory of Draenei called the Broken, which are degraded Draenei due to foul magics. Rather than the Broken being the Draenei race themselves, they are part of it, but they're what happens to Draenei that have been afflicted in a particular way. You know, they're just a subcategory rather than, you know, like, you know, say if we had like people with tentacles running around, they'd be mutated by toxic waste. They may still be human in some way, but they wouldn't be what you would imagine when you think of a human. Broken would be the same way. They may still be Draenei, but they are not a staple Draenei. So they went from the staple to being a sub-classification of Draenei. And sub as not a less than, but as in they're under that umbrella, but they're an off branch, you know? They branched off from it. So that is a... Can I see through this guy? Yeah, I can actually see through this guy a bit. I'm not sure if that's meant to be the case. I always thought it was corporeal. But, yeah. So, this is a bit of lore that they do retcon pretty hard. It annoys me that it's retcon. I enjoy my Draenei though, so I'm kind of torn between annoyed and enjoying it. It's frustrating. It is fascinating. I've heard orcs proclaim the odor of humans to be sickening, and I've heard humans proclaim the odor of orcs to be wretched. And yet, to me, all of the races of these lands give off the same odor, the foul, dizzying scent of greed. Do you doubt the validity of my claim? Do you not see these things that run your life as merely runoff from the greed which dictates your every decision? So be it. As it was greed that displaced me from my home, it shall be greed that takes me back. Human, can your minuscule brain comprehend the rarity of a full sphere of drainacite? Draenei have spent lifetimes in search of just one of these crystals, only to meet horrible fates, their purpose unfulfilled. So you stand before Kumisha, knowing what Kumisha has requested and still wish to assist. Farewell, human. At any rate, during your travels across these lands, should you find a full sphere of drainacite, return it to me, and I shall reward you with riches beyond your wildest dreams. I think it is a pretty fair one. In your journeys throughout the blasted lands, should you come across a full drainacite sphere, take the item back to the collector. Be warned, the gem is one of the most rare crystals in all of Azeroth. A creature in these lands could be holding a full drainacite sphere. Reward for each you collect. Although you may never find a full sphere of drainacite, you will undoubtedly uncover various imperfect fragments of drainacite in your exploration of these lands. What is doubtful that Kumisha will be able to use the full fragments to return home. The pieces may serve other useful purposes for the Draenei. Return any piece of full drainacite you may find, and it shall reward you. So yeah, basically, in Warcraft 3 and Classic WoW, he is a Draenei. Full stop. End of point. But in Burning Crusade on, he is a Broken, which is a degraded form of Draenei, afflicted by foul magics. Still a Draenei, but warped and withered by it. There's a further degraded form called Lost Ones. There is work in Kata to see if they can be saved, but I don't think it was a good verdict. So yeah, basically that's a bit of a retcon. And like I said, in the original war, Sargeras was corrupted by, among others, the Eredar. But in the new war, as a Burning Crusade, he corrupted the Eredar. He was the one that appeared to them, offering them power beyond imagining. They just had to swear servitude. Two took him up on the offer, but Valen didn't. Excuse me. And he fled, eventually leading Draenei to Outland, and, well, to Draenor, and then to Azeroth. Honestly, it being called Draenor feels a bit awkward, because it's just like the orcs were there first. How come it gets named after the Draenei? To be fair, I suppose that's not too surprising. The Draenei were the more advanced civilization. Maybe the orcs didn't really contemplate planet names yet. He's a quartermaster, but doesn't seem to do anything. Ooh, this place is not fine for PvP. While it's a quest hub, hordes can freely come in and attack these people. That's rather unique.
How are you?
Well met.
That is rather unique. I'm not used to that. And that was my bed creaking because I moved a bit aggressively. It's been doing it worse and worse as of late. It's kind of giving me anxiety. Well, I'm kind of beating it there, but you get my point. I wish in WoW, like, you can change WoW to go back to any expansion you want, but you can't change it to go back to
I supply only the finest goods.
you can't change it to go back to ooh, I could go for this. I'll sell the drink he gave me, and I'll buy this instead. Seems I have to equip it.
See you later.
Anyway,
Can I help you?
do they have no quests here? I feel I need to pick up questies to help me in actually finding shit. I always take the wrong way with these. Ooh, book. Aftermath of the Second War. Already read it. One of those vids actually did shockingly well. I haven't checked it up on it in ages, but the last I saw of it, like it was a 5-minute vid and it got nearly an hour watched. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, this will be blasted and buffs. I'm not buying that one. I don't think that's a... Okay, apparently that is a thing? No, no, that's a different one. They were claiming there was buffs there, but I don't think it's there for SOD. Oh, an emerald ring. Hmm. I'm seeing a guide here saying to like get like different quests and to just hold them in your quest log and turn them in when the new phase launches. Blood Mage Lenore is actually here. Huh. Didn't think he was. You have to be 45 to get their quests. They turn up in Kata as well.
Here there. What's on your mind?
Hmm. I wonder why Blizzard put off, you know, the whole Terrellian thing for so long. Like they brought back Khadgar in Burning Crusade. They brought back uh, Trollbane and the Dwarf guy in uh, Burning Crusade, but they didn't bring back the other two till more recently. Wonder why. Grunter. Hmm. Feel like see access to all. Okay, it's 2 hours. Um, oh, it's only Torian Brotherhood rep, not Warlords. Huh. Alright. Hopefully the bonus boss in Molten Core, the new one, will also go to Exalted. It's gonna be a Warlords rep. Can only hope so. All classic zones. One sec. 34, 35, 36, 37. Yeah, they didn't mention anything about Blastlands in it. They had Siltis, Plaguelands, Winter Spring, not Blastlands.
Good day to you.
What can I do for you?
So they're down here.
What brings you here?
While my brother Drezel focuses on his analysis on the more physical nature of the beasts of Blastlands, tend to focus on more cerebral and spiritual aspects of wildlife. It is true that the beasts exhibit extremely unusual strength, agility, and stamina, but some of them also possess great intelligence and regenerative abilities, untied to their physical being. Perhaps you'd be interested in helping advance my research, human.
Hello.
These wastelands are riddled with redstone basilisks, Gorik. These basilisks have adapted and flourished more so than any of the other wildlife within the region. Watch from afar as they hunt and go about their daily activities. Beasts exhibit a thought process more complex than even some humanoids. You must study their brains. Retrieve 10 of their brains for me, Gorik. The compound cannot be completed, however, without 2 vulture gizzards to form the base of the solution.
I'm listening. Hello.
Death does indeed have wings in these wastelands, human. I have witnessed the black slayers and bone pickers feasting upon the corpse of many a fallen explorer, and sometimes feeding upon the most vile and disease-ridden carcasses. It is a wonder then how their internal systems overcome the pestilence that claims these lands. Assist me in my studies, Gorek. Gizzards I need. 2 Snickerfang jowls will also be required for the basic concoction. Your reward are twofold for your efforts. The beasts of these wastelands exhibit preternatural abilities heretofore unseen in nature. We've theorized that the energy which was released upon opening of the dark portal and fused into their physical being, and forced the creatures to evolve into their current forms. Fearsome beasts they are, no doubt, but we also believe that they could prove to be quite useful in our studies. Perhaps you would be interested in assisting us in the study of these beasts. It is a well-known fact that hyenas possess tremendous strength in their jowls, but the strength to snap through 3 inches of thorium steel. Impossible, improbable, yet I've seen this demonstrated with my own eyes. Venture forth into the Blastlands and bring me 3 Snickerfang jowls. As you search for the Snickerfang, be on the lookout for boars and scorpox. The initial assay also requires 2 blasted boar lungs and 1 scorpox pincer to complete. Robust, operational, imbue derived from Snickerfang. Within these wastelands exists 2 species of boar, the Ashmane boar and the hell boar. It appears the stamina of these beasts renders them nearly immune to harm, as other creatures find them too difficult to kill and consequently not worth the effort. We need to perform further analysis, Gorik. Should you bring me 3 blasted boar lungs, 2 scorpox pincers, and 1 basilisk brain, I shall create a divine elixir from the residue of the assay. You'll be my first test subject. Have you watched them in battle, Gorak? The Scorpox, I mean. Have you ever seen the grace and agility with which they move? The decisiveness of their strikes? If only... 1 sec. Need to make sure I actually had that paused during that when I looked at that Blizzard clip. I think I did, but be sure. If only we could somehow isolate that agility and encapsulate it, it would be, we would be well beyond our, it would be a boon for the scientific community. This me, Gorik, and I shall allow you a sampling of these say. In order to create a stable sample, I will need 3 Scorpock pincers, 2 vulture gizzards, and 1 blasted boar lung. Okay, I'm gonna look something up. Classic Blasterlands quests. Apparently there's 6 quests that are started here via, like, found letters. 16 slot bag here. It's at the end of the You Are Rakhlith demon quest. Okay, someone's claiming that as of 2007, and they weren't sure when it started, the mineral veins in the Lansheld mine are horde only. Bit dickish. Ooh, someone here is saying that in 2008, the Netherguard is a complete town with no quests. That sucks. I swore I remember there being quests there. Okay, I'm thinking actually most of these quests here are literally just for the Your Requiem demon quest chain. Then there's class quests. To do that quest, you have to be level 50. Yeah, there's next to no quests here. I swore I remember there being more. I swore it was a functioning quest zone. Great. Why are the scorpions working with the fucking vultures. Maybe more quests for Blasted Lands were added in later, or maybe I'm just thinking of the frigging Rakak Demon question. Yeah, I can out-heal it. Well, this seems like a great way to get mystery meat. But I'm not really sure on anything else. And to be honest, I'm not really sure on just doing mindless grinds either. Part of me feels if I'm going to do something like that, I'm probably not going to record commentary. Probably put my headset down, put on a show, and listen to that while doing it. I'll put it up as a Gubbins episode and then give you a proper one after it.
That's still recharging.
Jesus.